Hey, Trumpet people, Mr. Fitz here, and we're talking about the concepts on page 7. And so I'm going to start out with lines 8, 9, and 10 because they still use whole notes and whole rests, which we learned on page 6. But the new concept on here is the breath mark. It looks like an apostrophe or a comma, and that means to take a quick breath and play the next note immediately. All right, so I'm going to play line number 8 for you. Here I go. 1, 2, ready, begin. And then I get ready to switch to the next notes. And here comes the last couple of notes. Here I go. So not too bad. So you have to take a quick breath in between those notes and play the next one immediately. They're still whole notes. Now, if we take a look at line number 9 and line number 10, the difference is that those are switching notes at the same time that you breathe. So when you play, for example, in the first note of number 9, you're playing your E. Well, your eyes should be looking at the next note and preparing. While you're playing this, you're looking ahead and saying, I got to get ready to play a D, so that when you breathe, you switch your fingers from the E to the D. Okay, and then you rest. And then what you can do is try to look at both notes as you prepare during the rest. But in any case, when you're playing that first of the two notes, you want to look ahead and be ready, because if you don't look ahead, you're going to get caught by surprise because there's just a split second in between the two notes. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate how to do number 9. Here goes. Starting with an E, right? 1, 2, ready. Now I'm resting and I'm looking ahead at the next two notes. And during the rest, I'm looking at the next two notes. Here I go. Okay, so you have to be prepared. And the same is true with number 10. I won't do number 10. I think you can figure that out because I want to get on to the next concepts on the page. So we have half notes, which look like oval shape, except they have a stem sticking on them. And that makes them 2 counts each. So these sound like this. Ta, ta. All right. And half rests look like whole rests, except they stick upward, and there are only 2 counts. So this goes 1, 2, or 3, 4. All right. So it's 2 taps of rest. It's half of a whole rest, if you want to think of it that way. All right. 2 counts and 2 counts. For the first one of the measure, you'll say 1, 2. For the second one, you'll say 3, 4. Now, if we look down here at half the price, we notice that we have 3 half notes in a row. Hopefully, you can see that these are the E that we're playing here. Okay, so we're going to play 3 E's, and then we're going to rest for 2 counts. Notice these are different. They're lower. Hopefully, you can see that these are, and if you said D, you're correct. Those are D's because they're below the staff. 2 counts rest. These 3 half notes are C with a half rest. Then they only give you 1 half note on a D and then a rest, and then they finally give you a whole note on a C. So you have to see that these are 2 beats each with 2 beats rest when you see that, and you have to be able to tell what they are, whether they're E's, D's, or C's. Again, look at the line or space that the note is on. So here goes number 11. 1, 2, ready. And then during the 2 beats, I look ahead. And I still look ahead. And then I look ahead. So the key concept here is when you're looking, as you're playing, you want to be looking at those notes and looking a little bit ahead, especially if you have a rest. You can look ahead and be prepared. And I'm just going to talk about one more on this page because the thing of it is, once you're able to do number 12, you should be able to figure out the other 2, 13A, B, and 14. So here's the thing with this. Half note, half note, half note. But are these the same or are they different? And hopefully you notice that they are different. So as you can scan in advance and say them, but you want to always read this music as you play it, meaning you don't memorize it and then look away, but you're looking at this. So when you go to play, you're looking at that note, but then your eyes are looking ahead to prepare and then to prepare. Again, with practice, this gets easier and easier. 2 beats rest, all right? So hopefully you can figure out what these notes are. If you're stuck, look back on page 6 and where the note is, either on the bottom line for E, below the bottom line for a D, or below further with a line through it. So I'm going to play Cardiff by the Sea for you because I got saxophone players coming here in a minute. Okay, here goes. This is number 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. And during the rest, I look ahead. And hopefully you're noticing my eyes are always looking at the notes. I'm not looking around the room and seeing what the weather is and things like that. Okay, so I hope that helps you. You should be able to figure out 13A, 13B, and 14. All right, here comes the sax players. All right, I'll say bye.